All right. Well, welcome to Mind-Body Relationship, where we talk about the mind, the body, and the relationship. And today we have David who's coming in to talk to us again. That's right, exactly.
So that means that's good.
Aha!
Maybe we're doing something good. Yeah. Anyways, thank you again so much to having me here. Well, to talk about, hopefully that can provide just a little some tips to our viewer.
Exactly. Yes, and I'm Dr. Laurie Ponsford-Hill, and we are both psychotherapists. That's right. You're right on the cusp of becoming a psychotherapist. Yes, officially.
Yeah.
Aha.
Yes.
All
official.
right.
Yes.
Yeah. So, David, what is it that we're talking about today?
Well, the last time we were talking about conflict, how we can, in some way, to resolve some kind of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, what happened about the motivation for behavior change?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times we have been in the situation, even with our clients, that usually they say, well, even if I know what I have to do, why is it so hard for me to find that motivation
Exactly.
to change?
Exactly.
Or even if they are doing something, why is it hard for me to maintain this new change in my life?
Oh, exactly. I mean, the truth is with any change, right? Whether we're talking about cognitive behavioral therapy, whether it is you're actually really talking about weight loss or anything like that, there is a return rate,
Yes.
right? Even with addictions, right?
Yep.
A return rate of about a year.
Yes, it's true. And we are going to talk about that.
Ah,
Yes.
excellent.
So, first of all, we need to, I guess the best way to talk about motivation for behavioral change is just to define what is motivation and what is motivation for behavioral change.
All right.
So, simple. Motivation is an inner or outer drive,
Yeah.
intention,
Mm-hmm.
or any incentive that causes a person to act or behave in certain way.
Mm-hmm. Yes. There has to be some sort of need.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's something that is driving your motivation for doing something. Can be inner or outer, but
So true.
it's there.
Yeah.
So what is motivation for behavior change? Is basically is referred to the willingness,
Yes.
to make that change in order to reach a goal.
Oh, so true,
Okay.
so true. And it needs to make sense.
Yes.
Yes.
That need to make sense.
Uh-huh.
Make sense with what I really is part of my value system, about
That's
my
right.
principle, about this kind of makes sense.
Exactly.
So, if you are one of those that sometimes that happened to me personally, that sometimes we find that frustrated, annoying, just because I feel like I failed to show that kind of effort to do something,
Right.
or even to keep or maintain that kind of change in my life. So I would like to talk about 4 reasons that I think can put in risk you willing to change.
All right. Let's
Okay?
do it.
Let's do it. So the first one is what kind of role you are assuming in that situation.
That's interesting. Your role.
Yes, it is. What
Okay.
kind of role? Dr. William Glasser, the father of the Shoei theory.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he's playing, and he said that most of the time when a client is coming or looking for our help, most of the time it's because a relationship in the client's life is not working.
Oh,
properly.
yes.
Most of the
Relationship
time.
is big, yes.
Yes, a big one. Even the inter-relationship or intra-relationship, but something is not working in the best way.
Exactly. Either
Yeah.
with self,
Yes,
others,
Yeah.
right? Or the world, larger society,
large society.
right?
Yes,
Or spiritual.
or just in the small society, like our own family.
That's right, exactly.
Yes. So, when we don't know what kind of role we assume, or we know, basically it's like what kind of motivation I have really for that change. For example, some people just come into our consult or the session just saying, well, I am here just because somebody told me that I have to be here.
So true, so true.
Yeah. Or even when they're in the couple, they say, well, I'm here just because she said I have to be here. Yeah.
What brought you in?
Yeah.
Her.
Yes, her. That happened. I don't know how many times that happened.
It's so true.
And you say, okay, I am here just because the judge told me that I have to be here because it's part of my probation time condition anyway. So that's what we call the famous visitor clients.
Oh, there you go.
They are there just because somebody said you have to be there.
That's right. Yeah? That's right. Required clients.
Required clients.
Right?
Yep.
For workplace situations or whatever it is that might be going on at home.
Yes.
Right? Yes, definitely.
So that's kind of role that somebody can assume, and they said, I don't have nothing to do with this situation. It's not my fault.
Oh, there you go. Right.
And the second role is what I call, yes, we know we need help. We are here, but let me tell you, it's his or her fault. It's not my fault.
That's exactly right. Yes.
How many times it's not my fault? You know what? I have been doing every single thing possible to do, but it's not my fault.
Mm-hmm. As long as we're talking about you, I'm
okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Some believer that say, well, God knows I am doing everything okay, but it's just his or her fault. So that happened.
Yes.
And that's what we call the complaining person. Yes, I know we need help. We are here, but it's not my fault.
Right. Complaining.
Yes. All the time. So, and what is the last role? I think is the one that is aware about the situation and is taking responsibility for what happened and what that person can do in order to move on. So it's what we call typical customer, the person who really is investing and say, yes, I know we have a problem and I want to help to solve this situation.
That's right. The customer actually is walking in the door because they actually really want to make a purchase.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Right?
And the person who asks you, okay, how is this item? What is the benefit? What is the pros? What is the cons? Is somebody who really is investing time to know what he can or what he can't do.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we have those three roles. So first of all, we need to define in what role you are. You need to be aware about that.
Yeah.
And when you are aware about something, most likely your energy is going to, okay, I know I am a visitor or I am complaining or I am a customer, so I need to realize, okay, if I am doing this, how can I stop doing that? So that is the first reason. The second one is biological reason.
Oh, interesting.
It's very interesting, and you know, just to let you know that our brain, is the most energy consuming organ that we have.
Definitely.
Consume like 20% of our total energy, and it only weigh like 1.5 kilo. This a small organ and is consuming a lot of energy.
Definitely. Yeah.
So therefore, the less energy consumed, the better. So that means that our brain, like all kind of behavior that are already automatized.
Yeah.
Yes?
It does make so much sense.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. So any kind of behavior or new behavior that you learn, you repeat that behavior again and again and again, is going to be obviously stored in your memory, and at any point, that behavior is going to spread itself and is going to take over the regulation of behavior that you already have. That's what happened with addiction.
Yeah, exactly.
The relapse happened
Yep.
We need to accept that sometimes we have 3 steps forward and sometimes 1 step back, because it's part of the I don't know if I can say the normal biological process that can happen.
It is.
Yeah.
We just naturally need to consume energy because everything we do takes a huge amount of energy.
Yeah.
So, and that's the reason why it is we actually generalize things, right? When we put things under a general heading, it actually allows us to conserve energy.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're exactly right. That's
That
why it
is
is
what,
that we revert.
You know, that's it's very common now. Well, actually, we have economist and psychologist person that won the Nobel Prize about the behavioral or behavior economy. So in that way, that would be brain economy, basically just taking less energy and doing, well, better without too much energy. So if I had that behavior already there and it's stored, why do you have to learn something new? So for that reason, takes some resistance and some time for us to learn something new and say, hey, old behavior that's not really adaptive to my situation, so and I need this one, but you need to be careful. At any point, at any moment, that behavior can spread itself and say, hey, I am here. Don't forget about me. I am here. Yes?
Yeah, that's really good, right? We have brain memory and we have body memory.
Yeah.
And then we do things by rote.
Yes.
Meaning we don't even have to think about it, right? We just enact something.
Yep.
Because we've practiced it.
Yes. It's what other psychological approach called the unconscious and the conscious.
That's right. Exactly.
This one, the biological one, lead us to the next one, the cognitive factors.
Oh, okay.
You know, thoughts, fears, perceptions, you know.
Yeah.
The kind of, you know, sometimes that's the, like our thoughts say, well, you have to do that, trying to limit our possibility to reach something, excuses. Finding excuses not to do something that we know we have to do. It's part of the the brain economy too, but our thought is helping to that. Well, you know, the cognitive dissonance that sometimes we have is just trying to keep that kind of energy and say, well, you know what? If you are smoking and you want to stop smoking, look, how many people is still smoking?
So true. Yeah.
What is the problem?
It's so interesting, right? Like, so to take something on, right? And it totally makes sense. It's important to you, right? Only it's work. Right? To keep it on the brain, to actually do it and act it. It's actually really work. It takes energy to do it because you have to make a conscious effort, right? And so, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's so easy just to not do it.
And the cognitive factor is the one that is putting that kind of thought that you say, oh, if you achieved something, oh, that was because I was lucky. Oh, is everything is happening for a good reason and what happened is not good for you? Oh, always I have bad luck. It's like it's not me. It's something external.
That's right. You know? Exactly, external. Oh, would that go under the heading of complaining?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting, eh? Yeah.
And the last one is the social reward system. You know.
Yes.
Our behavior.
You're going to get something out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Positive, negative consequence.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Maybe to fit into the group.
Yes.
Or something like that. So you're going to get something out of it, a sense of belonging, feeling special, that sort of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now the big question is how we can overcome these kind of factors in our life, because it's
all right. How is that?
How we can do that. So the first thing is trying to consolidate our thoughts. It's like when we have too many ideas just flying around us.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like I feel overwhelmed.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
They are all there.
They are all there.
So we need to consolidate. It's what I call, it's better to be occupied and not preoccupied.
Oh, so true. Yes. Yeah.
When you are preoccupied, you waste energy, time. When you are occupied, basically you are putting all those thoughts in only one I will call piece of paper.
Right.
So it's important to have a piece of paper or like this one that I have here and pen or pencil. And just trying to get all those thoughts, consolidate those in one piece of paper and write each one of those thoughts that are just putting you in
That's
that
right.
kind of
The
anxiety.
list.
Yes.
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 It's good, right? Because when you write it down, you concretize it, meaning that you put it into like concrete, right? Now you've solidified it.
And you can see it.
Yes, exactly.
Because when you don't see something and you don't observe, even in just simple sentence, it's different. You feel anxious because you don't know the plan. You don't know how you can get that one. The steps that you need, the smallest steps that you need.
So true. Yeah.
Too many times we are in the situation that we have a big goal and we don't know how to reach that goal.
That's right.
And even sometimes it's too big that overwhelms you.
That's so true, right? It's always about the baby steps.
Baby step.
That's right. Yes.
And I like that because some people think that, okay, we have this problem and I need to solve right away. Only one big step. And that's one of the reasons why we feel effort to have the motivation to reach it.
So true. Yes,
because
exactly.
it's too big. That step is huge.
Yeah.
You need a baby steps.
Baby steps. I think that people say these things all the time, right? Like, if there's a change, all you have to do is this. Only if it was that easy, the person would just be doing it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So there's way more components. It's way more complicated than just doing this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that is, we are talking about those kind of clients that they are already customer. So what about those ones that they are just visitor or complaining? So we need, in one moment, the consequence about our social reward system is going to let you know, hey, this consequence is too bad. You need to do something. Maybe the consequence still is there just waiting for that moment that to teach you that, hey, you need to do something. Maybe for the visitor, maybe for the complainant, still they don't find a big consequence to make the change.
So true.
Yes? So when that consequence is there, right away you are going to think, okay, I need at least, if I still think it's her fault, not my fault, at least I need to recognize how I am reacting to this action.
Yes, exactly.
How I react to. In that way, you are 100% responsible for your reactions.
Yes.
Yes? So what else you can do? Okay, I consolidate all my thoughts here in this piece of paper. I write down.
Okay.
I have a plan. I have a baby steps to reach those things.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
When I can visualize. That's very important. Try to visualize where you don't concentrate only in the task, because you concentrate only in the task, you are going to find. But if you can visualize how that situation will resolve, how you achieve your goals, you are going to have more motivation because you can see what you are expecting.
That's so true, right? You have to keep the end goal in mind.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not
more
about,
than the task.
That's right.
It's the goal in mind.
Yeah.
How you can visualize yourself doing something. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
So basically you need to bring in back your thoughts, bring here, being occupied. That is to be occupied. When you have your thoughts there, you are preoccupied. But when you put it here, you are doing something. Writing down what is the steps, what is the plan, what I have to do, reevaluate my goal with my values. How that goal is going to align with my highest values. It's very important for that reason. That is the moment you own reflection.
That's right. Exactly.
Self-reflection.
The self-reflection.
Like, okay, I know. If my wife told me or my husband told me that I have to be here in counseling, and I still am denying that, and okay, let's think a little more about that. Let's do a self-reflection process.
Yeah, that's why it is I say that it has to make sense to the person. Right? Because it has to actually really speak to the person about how come it is that they need to actually really create the change.
Yeah.
If it therefore makes sense, then they can actually really do that sort of self-reflection piece, be able to see that they're going to get something out of it, right? If it doesn't make sense, then it's not impactful.
Yeah.
Right? It'll have no impact, just water off a duck's back.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe still the consequence that for this person is still, that doesn't affect me.
There you go, right? Or whatever it is I'm going to get out of it is not going to be impactful.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's very interesting when people work really and they know themselves a little more better and they know what kind of value they have. It's very interesting because when you know what is your value, what is the highest value that you want to keep in your life, what values are basically the energy, what drives you to reach this goal of doing this, or behaving your life, or living your life.
Right.
So when you know that makes sense too. When you know, okay, those are my values. Okay, I know still the consequence, but I know somebody's complaining. Maybe if I review or I check my values again, that makes probably it's going to make sense, and you can say, well, perhaps I can do something in order to align with my values.
Exactly. Very good. All right. Well, thank you so much, David, for coming in and talking about those things.
Thank you for your invitation again.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And thank you for joining us today. And so please, if you have any questions, please reach out. Send us an email and give us a like and subscribe. Anyway, thank you so much. And
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
For now.
See you later.